turn the wigs around. And I'm so serious. I thought being able to laugh at yourself was just pointing out all your insecurities before someone else could, right? But then that means you still have the insecurity, so you didn't really like work on anything. If you learn to laugh at yourself and truly have a sense of humility about yourself. Wait, am I using that word right? I'm pretty sure I am. If you learn to have like a sense of humility about yourself, maybe a lack thereof, I feel like, at least for me, that has been a really big, just signifier of growth, I would say, firstly. And more, even beyond that, I just feel like it's important for everyone to learn, truly, especially for my people who grew up with, you know, like narcissistic parents and abusive toxic households, etc., etc. You know, I don't want to jargonize too much. Let me drop. I don't want to jargonize too much, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I really have been enjoying this era of me being able to really just laugh at myself, because even just a few months ago, seeing myself like that in the mirror would have been causes for me to not get done what I need to for the day and the plans in which I set out to complete. And yet, still I rise! Word to Maya Ange. I'm not playing with you bitches. I'm Yimu down. And it's not even funny. It's actually been changing my life. I love you, Timu. Like Xi Jinping. Yes. Like, I don't know. Don't ban TikTok, please. Yes, China. I'm literally unironically learning Chinese, you guys. I'm so serious. I just feel like learning another language will really advance me in life right now. And why not learn some Chai? I mean, come on, Chai. Because Chai, I won't speak too much, but I definitely think it will be of benefit to know you a little Mandarin, a little Canty. Okay, hold on. See, look, yes, I know the difference. Don't do that. Yes! Because you gotta think, a lot of foreigners know 3 languages. Girl, why was I at the donut shop and the lady helping out the man, talking to me in English, talking to like her, I want to say husband, because you know how they be like working in the back. I want to say husband in her native language, and then turn around and talk to the, you know, the bricklayers and shit in Spanish. And I'm like, I literally gagged. I gagged live in action, because I'm like, I know I did not just see this lady like, what's that guy's name? Had that movie, Adam Driver, the cute Adam Driver, him in that movie. It was giving that bitch, because she was just turning it. And I gagged and I told her, like, wait, you do realize you speak like 3 languages? That's so cool. And she was like, no. And I'm like, yes, because you literally just, and I explained to her what I just explained to you. And she was like, huh, period. And I'm like, exactly, queen. Exactly, queen. On my Blicky blog, I was speaking about a sobriety journey. Honey, why it turned out that tobacco was the issue the entire time, we'll have to get into that at another time, but I'm gagged. I mean, it makes sense though, because every time you see somebody smoking a cig in a movie, they're tweaking, like, legitimately. So, like, if that's not more sign, like, and it's crazy because I told myself when I was growing up as a kid, I would not smoke, well, cigarettes, and I still haven't ever smoked a cigarette for real. Oh, wait, I did take a puff of someone's recently, like a couple months ago, because I needed to try it. Like, and I was like, I see the vibe, like, it's not for me, but I see why someone would like it. Much like many other things in life. And so, you know, anytime you see somebody in a movie, they are tweaking when they have a cigarette. Am I lying? I will insert several different, okay, because, yeah. And so I'm thinking, like, post not smoking tobacco, I'm thinking to myself, well, bitch, that makes sense that would have been the issue this whole time. Just my glam right now. I have time. Okay. I've been loving this truffle, shade truffle at least, by Neutrogena. I used the stick yesterday, but I didn't like how it looked. It looked good on camera. Oh, wait, I wanted to try something new. Anytime you see somebody on camera, anytime you see somebody in a movie and they're smoking, they're tweaking, it only makes sense why that would have been part of the issue as to why my mental health was so horrible. Because when you're dealing with an active addiction, which is what it is, it's hard to like function. And at least I was not high functioning with that addiction at hand. So yeah, that is behind us now though. So period. This much. Oh my god. And I'm using this on a Fenty Beauty brush. Okay, I'm liking that a little bit more. I feel like that stick is really nice, but it's like... No, I love that stick. I just have been wanting to experiment a little bit more with multiple products. Using a little bit more, but at the same time, not as much. You know how I am about like something but nothing. I still feel very strongly about that. Oh, that is not nice to stipple. Do we goose? I think we goose. Do I need to? Yeah, okay. Because I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways, I have been liking that just because well, this is my first time trying this, but I have been liking this combo, but I have been liking the Flawless Coverage CC Cream, I want to say is the name, from Neutrogena. Truly has been me. Okay. And that was the Fenty original concealer. And I've been loving LA Girl as like a mixing medium for concealer. Like I feel like this just adds that extra bit of oomph to take it to make any concealer that I already like on its own into like holy grail status. Because the concealer that had changed the game for me is the Benefit Boing concealer, but I don't have that many. I don't know if I'm on their PR list anymore, and I'm not in the space to be buying product like that, babe. So until we get back in the good graces of the brand overlords, babe, I'm not, like, it's not happening. So, but do know, I do love the concealer, and I do indeed have backups, but I'm just not trying to run through my arsenal that quick, because I've been loving an everyday glam. Now that I have an everyday glam, you know, Miss Megan James, I don't get inspired often. Okay, let that be clear. I don't get inspired outwardly from, like, other people often. A lot of my inspiration comes from, like, really esoteric and, like, you know, I'm not gonna granderize because it's gonna sound like I'm being pretentious or whatever, but fuck it. Give a fuck what you bitches think. Hold on. My inspiration comes from more like esoteric things in nature, the form and shape of human, form and function, things like that. And so I view specifically makeup in this instance of inspiration. I view it in a very specific way, and not a lot of people view it in that way as well. So it's rare for me to get inspired by another person, at least when it comes to makeup, honestly, at least living. Because I definitely do have inspirations, but they're definitely from the past and current, I don't know. That being said, Miss Megan James on TikTok has been changing my life a little bit. Like, I just love the way she views makeup, because I'm like, oh my god, someone else who fucking gets it like how I get it. And so whenever she speaks, I just fucking understand. And so I say that to say I've been really inspired with just trying to wear a little bit more but also less at the same time, speaking back to my original point of, you know, how I love less is more, because look how snatched I am right now. And you just saw we didn't even apply that much. This powder, I can't even put into words the godliness in which you have created, NARS. It's so good. It's the NARS Light Reflecting Powder. The reason why I love it is because, like I said, it reflects light. And a lot of times I do want my concealer set, but I do want it to have a little bit of skinniness to it. Like, I need it to look skinny. It's not everyday, like, super snatch under eye. And face in general, sometimes I want my skin to look like skin, even though I am wearing a lot of makeup. And so this powder, because it has that very fine sheen and reflect in it, you can't even see it. It's like a pressed version of the La Mer powder, and they have a pressed version of their powder, but I feel like it's not this good. I haven't tried it yet. I feel like it's not this good. So there's that. It's just been truly a game changer. And now I'm following up with Huda Beauty in those areas where I actually do want recess. Okay, so the reason why I want some bounce, it's like what I like to call it, in the under eye areas, because it helps pull this area forward and doesn't seek it in. If you have eye bags or anything like that, you want to push it out. And so when you're using matte products, it can start to recess it more than it actually will. Like, you'll get the coverage and the color, but it'll start to recess, right? And then cause it to look worse. And so as I'm getting older, losing weight, face is changing, hormones, honey, just a lot. I'm realizing that I kind of have to tackle my face a little bit differently, and I need to push some areas out. And these are the areas I want pushed out. So I go in with that powder first, because it's going to grab on and keep those qualities, and then go over top with an actual setting powder to get that longevity, that extra matteness, right? Mattification in the areas where I want it, but not the entire face. Ugh. It all comes together in the end. You know, my face is really, I pride my face on looking good in real life and on camera. And so some things are not going to be picked up all the way on camera all the time. That said, some things you just gotta see in person, and this is one of those things you gotta see in 3D, honey. No shade. Word to Drake. We're going in with the LA Girl Pro now. It gets powdery, trust me, but this is where, this part specifically is where the face starts to really come to play. Because I'm reinforcing those highlights as opposed to just going in with like hella bright creams. I'm building on top of that blank canvas. So you're really just like blanking out the canvas, right? And then this would be like, what? No, because you go in with watercolor first, right? And then you go in with like your inks to like hard line and define. And I feel like this is where we'd be like going in with the inks to like hard line and define. Because I want certain areas to be up and stuck, and I don't want other areas to be. It's not every day. It's not every day. It's not every day. That was on a more flat, dense brush because I do want a little bit more coverage. And then I'm going to go into this area right here. Do you see what that does? It just pops out the face a little bit more for me. This area specifically. And I could go right here as well. That does a lot. It makes me look like Catty a little bit. What's her name? You know, the cat lady. It makes me look like her a little bit, but snatch her. Now we go in with that bigger brush, that darker powder. And we're doing like brondation. So like the foundation is dark enough to cover the lower portion of the face and any contours in areas we want recess, but then also, or sorry, cover and conceal any places we want, but then also like bronze any areas that we want too. Genius. Okay, now I'm going in on the lid with that same foundation powder. This is a really quick routine. What time did I start this? I think I started this at like 9:38. It's 9:48 right now. I'm pretty sure I just started this like 10 minutes ago. We'll look at the footage. Like, this is a really quick routine, at least for me, because I have it down. If you're first time trying it, I feel like you're gonna be a little lost, and that's okay. Join in the ride, honey. This has been changing my life. I love highlighter now. Again, who knew? Fenty Beauty. This is Fire Crystal and Lightning Dust. And I like taking that matte right there and then taking it into that under eye. If you look at like Victoria's Secret models, they had this area highlighted because, like I said, you want to bring areas out. It's not every day matte, 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 even if you do want the coverage. You can get the longevity on oily skin. You just got to use the right products. I am a believer now. So I like that matte just to give me like a base, right? Then we go in with Fire Crystal. Lightning Dust? I don't know. And just use that to really, any areas we want to like. And I keep it a little bit more, you see how I'm keeping it more concentrated? Just, ooh, right there in those peak areas. Cute. And then, I like to go in with it. Let me use this brush. That matte one, I'm gonna go right on top, just literally through the brow. Like, this isn't a game. You see that? Just right through the brow, a little bit more. I'll do it right here. Ooh. Right in that high point, just to, while we have this brush, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna bronze after that. I'm gonna use this Buxom bronzer. And then go in with this Juvia's Place blush. Boom. Lashes, and we're done. I will come back when I have that. Okay, boom. I'm not wearing a lip because I'm going to be wearing a mask. I'm finishing off with this Milk Hydro Grip setting spray. Just the 3 little spritz. And we're done. Get into. Are you fully able to get into? I just feel like you're not able to fully get into. Okay, now we have with some natural lighting. We also have jet in the vicinity. And then we have cute. All right, yeah, that's it for me. I'll see y'all later. Bye.